Hi, I'm Edward of ULU Yoga. Today I'll be showing you how to make a bamboo tripod here so that you can do area yoga outside or inside. You can bring it to the park or the beach. You can bring it to hospitals, help people who are suffering from back pain. You can bring it to schools to help inspire children or to yoga centers just to share the gift of flying. It's so much fun, but it also makes you strong, improves your balance, and everyone can do it is the really awesome thing. And so I welcome you to watch this video and help spread the gift of health and wellness around the world. Okay, to get started, we need 3 poles. In this case, I'm using bamboo poles, which are 4 meters long and about 7 centimeters wide. It could be a bit thicker and a bit shorter. Otherwise, this is great. We need really strong rope. And this is the minimum strength I would use again. It's 1 centimeter thick and it's plastic. You need a hammock. In this case, we're using my design, the ULU Yoga Swing, which is set the width to 15 centimeters, and inside here is a yoga mat, so it's really comfortable for practice. We need our carabiners and our straps. In both cases, these are professional weight graded, which can hold like 50 people. So now we take our poles, line them up side by side and turning them so that they are snug up against each other. Then we're going to come down from the top about 40 centimeters, 16 inches. Let's make a mark here. Now there's one knot we need to learn to make. It's called the clove hitch. It's not too hard. So we're going to go over and under. Cross over to make an X. And then we come under the X and pull it tight. Squeeze it. There we go. It's a nice knot that will hold fairly tight and then coming loose super easy. If we make a double clove hitch, then we've got a super strong knot that's not going to come loose. So to make this longer, I'm just going to pull and push. All right. And we'll make another clove hitch behind that one. And squeeze it all together. There we go. This will never come loose, but it's also pretty easy to take apart just by pushing and pulling it out. Okay, let's turn the end facing the next piece. Now we're going to weave it up and down and back around. So as you see here, the rope is already coming up, and so that will follow the next piece, going over and under, and over and under. Now, once we've got this many runs, 3, it's time to start pulling and squeezing and then holding it tight. Because if we go any further like this and if one of these is loose, then the whole thing will be loose and fall apart. This takes a bit of strength, and so I'm going to wrap the rope around my hand, put my foot down to hold the bamboo tight, and then I roll and pull and squeeze. So I'm pushing it down, pulling it up, squeezing it together. And then I hold the tension, don't let go. Once you let go, this comes loose and then it all falls apart. Okay. So I'm going to hold it with my left hand and continue wrapping around with my right hand. Up and over. Don't let go. Keep it tight. Okay, now we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4 runs. At this point now we're going to wrap around in between each pole, again 4 times. At first this might be a super tight fit, but once we get one over and pull, it's going to expand. This will help to really lock this rope around the bamboo and create a space so that you can open and close it. Again, holding the tension the whole time. The first one's the hardest. Again, wrapping around the hand, pressing it down with your foot, pulling as hard as you can. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll cross over, do the same on the next piece. I come down through the bottom, up through the top between the 2 poles. Wrap around the hand, press down, pull. And then I'm trying to squeeze these together as much as possible. It's 2. 3. And 4. Good. Now we'll finish the same way we started with this double clove hitch. Now the rope is coming up, and we go over, under, cross over, make an X. We come under the X. Squeeze it together, push and pull. And one more. And this is perfect. 6 meters rope, and we're left with just a little tail. It's awesome. For this tail, we can try to just sneak it in here under. And that's awesome. Next, we're going to loop our aerial straps around the bamboo poles. These straps here are 180 centimeters. This is the standard length. I find it works quite well with this setup. You don't want anything too long, really. We're going to just take this loop and come on over the top and pull it down tight again. I'm going to come over the first and last one. Okay. Now I want to pick these feet in the center of where I want to open the legs, which is about here. Now we pick it up from the top, pull it back a bit, pin it down, walk it up, look above you. Now we're going to pick down the back leg and grab it from the sides. As we open it, the tops are going to cross over. We want 2 pieces open in the front and 1 piece back in the middle. We want to open the legs equal distance apart. I take a step back and see how even it is. That looks pretty nice. Let's measure it. Here's 150. And another 150 approximately. So it's open 3 meters wide. These are 4 meter long poles. It's pretty good. Okay, next we need to adjust the straps so that they're shoulders width distance by wrapping them around the poles. So I'm going to come here from the inside out and around. And then I can just flick it up and down to adjust it a little. Cool. Next, we need our swing. Now, testing for safety, I'm going to hook it so that I can easily keep one foot on the ground and bring my knee in. And I'm just going to pull it down a bit. When I do this, I'm looking at the legs to see, if they're bending or they're slipping. I'm looking at the top to see if the rope is slipping or holding tight. I've been doing this for 4 years. I could tell you with certainty that I could jump into this swing right now and do a bunch of flips and it would be perfectly safe. So let's do it the simple way, the safe way. I'm going to put my knee in, going to hop up and down. I'm looking at the legs, looking at the middle of the poles, listening for cracks, and looking up. Looks great. Now, with this tripod, it's really strong if you pull straight down. If you pull to the side, it'll just pick up and fall over, unless we anchor it to the ground with some pegs or some rocks. I'm going to swing just a little bit to test how secure it is. Now, when we're going side to side like this, we have a bit of support from these legs pointing into the ground. If we're pulling backwards, again, we're pulling into that leg. But if I pull forwards, the whole thing will fall over. So I've tested it. I feel pretty confident about it. Now, what looks good facing the camera is a tree pose. The simple version, we put our knee into the swing. It's behind the front edge, about 3 fingers. That's my right leg, and my right hand reaches up above my head. I take the left hand through, bring the shoulder around the front, reach up towards my ribs, come onto my toes, and carefully into the swing without shaking around, right? I keep holding on with this right hand. I'm going to wrap the elbow around. Let go with the left hand and bend the knee, grab the ankle, pull the foot inside, hooking the toes in. And then, keeping this arm wrapped around, I bring my hands together. From here, pull the shoulders down and back, arching the spine, pushing the hips forward, pulling the knee back, and also pushing down on the back foot to take the weight off the knee. And then we just lift the chin, look up, and smile. Coming out the same way. Grab the strap by your head, grab the fabric down below by your foot. Take the foot out, step down, stabilize, and then come out. Perfect. Don't do something stupid like this. Now we can do the same thing with our foot into the swing. Same way. I'm reaching down here by the waist. I put my foot into the swing. The toe comes behind the front edge. Reaching up as high as I can with the right hand. So right foot, right hand. I bring the left arm through and then grabbing up as high as I can as well. Now, we want to keep the swing right here and stable, not swinging around, especially on a tripod. So, I'm taking my left foot, I'm getting it close. Now, what I can do to test it here is take it off the floor. I'm not moving around, so that's perfect. Reach up. So, right foot, right hand, left foot. Going to push down, pull up, and then stand up. This foot's going to slowly come off the floor, holding straight. So here we go. We come up, we're completely stable and still. Now, important, right arm, keep it wrapped around. Left foot reaches around, pull it up into the groin. Bring the hands together. Again, shoulders back, arching the spine, look up, close your eyes, smile. And we'll come out the same way. Carefully. As I come down, I'm pushing the straps apart so it doesn't graze my skin. So, you see where my hands are. When I'm coming up and down out of the swing, they're in the same position. Okay, another great pose is a Supta Baddha Konasana. There's two ways to do this. One is by rolling the swing up. We're going to place our foot into the swing. The front edge of the swing is centered into the foot. I'm grabbing here by the head. I bring the knee out and around behind. I take this standing foot and I want to lift it up a bit to make sure I'm centered. As with the tree pose, we want the swing to stay right here. We don't jump into the swing flying all around. I'm going to pull up and straighten the leg. I do not stand up more than I have to. Just want to get that foot in. Cool, that's perfect. Now I'm going to lean back a bit, slip one elbow through the center, bring the shoulder around, keeping my right arm wrapped over the side for safety. Bring the hands together, shoulders down and back, push the hips forward, arch the spine, pull the knees open, lift the chin, smile. More advanced, I can bring this right arm through the center, reach down, point the fingers back, grab up high, and flip over. For coming out, we want the fingers to be pointing to the knees and reaching up high, not here. And then we flip right up. See, I'm taking my right elbow through the center, the same way I came up. Coming out the same way, just slip this foot down. The mistakes people make, they put the foot in here, and then they jump all the way up. And then they'll bring the leg through the center, or now we're around, and now what's going to happen? They're going to let go, try to grab the foot, or they'll bring the wrong hand through. So this is right foot, right hand. And what happens? Same thing with the Supta Baddha Konasana. The knee comes back and around, not inside. Last mistake. Don't stand up. Don't lean back. Be stable. Carefully bring the foot in. Don't let go. Just lean back, bring the elbow through and around. Don't do this. If you do bring both arms through, be careful, pull your shoulders back. So now the swing is pushing you in. If you lean forward, be prepared, you will fall over. Okay, and there's one more way to do the inverted Supta Baddha Konasana, a supine bound angle pose. We'll open the swing. If you're using a silk hammock or a trapeze, it's just going to be painful. I'm sorry, I don't like these props very much. I'm going to push the swing down with my thumb, and I stand next to it to find the accurate low point. In this case, we see here, it is one full hand above the knee, and it is 1, 2, almost 3 hands below my waist. I know from experience that is not enough. If I flip over into inversion, my head will touch the floor. So I'm going to bring it up, one on each side. Now we've got it about 2.5 hands below the waist. Again, I know from experience that's probably okay. I want to face the camera, so I'm going to come around behind and do this. I have a really specific way of coming into the swing for inversions. I grab behind with the thumbs, open it wide, bring the elbows in. I step here under the center of the swing. I'm pushing down, coming onto the toes. It slips here right under the buttocks. I'm going to bring in the left buttock, and then I bring up the right foot slowly so that, again, I'm stable. We slip the right one in as well. We bring the arms around and grab by the shoulders. Now I want to scoot forward so that this back edge of the swing here is at my waistline, just above the sacrum, squishing my mic. Now we're going to squeeze the buttocks, rotate the hips out. We bring the knees up and open. They're going to come back outside the swing. I'm grabbing down here by my shoulder. I'm leaning back. I bring the feet around behind and the hands down. coming up the same way. Reach up, grab the space here under the knees, unwrap the feet, and you'll hop down into child's pose. Then you can roll over onto the back and rest in a shavasana, depending how long you're in the swing. Another way is to flip out. So I'm going to bring the knees together, bend them, touch down with the toes. So we'll do one trick. Don't try this if you're not experienced. I'm going to grab up here above my head. I'm going to jump into the swing, placing the right toes in the center and bringing the left foot through the front. From here, I bring the hands down by the shoulders. I'm going to lean back, straighten this right leg. I'm going to cycle the legs as I flip over. The whole time I'm trying to keep weight on my foot. We want to land softly into the swing. If we pound down on it, that's going to put a lot of impact onto the equipment. So, one more thing. How do we take this down? Now, we'll bring the poles a bit closer. Now we're going to walk them together. Reach up high. That's good. So, and that's that. Let's go to the beach.